everybody, Kulipup here once again. And I wanted to, I just made a video based on the crown of glory, and there was one thing I really forgot to say, which is so silly of me, is when you reach level 12, how do you actually get your crown of glory? How do you put it on? How does this actually work? And that's a really big thing. So when you have your cog, when you've reached level 12, that's not a B, that was supposed to be an arrow. Okay, so you've got your cog, you've reached level 12, now you're like, where's my crown of glory? Well, one thing you have to do, and this is why it's so important to know yourself, know your name, who you are, and so forth. So, ways you get your cog. So, firstly, you have to kill your ego. And this is a perspective change. Stroke timeline change. Okay, so when I say kill your ego, I mean the person that you, on your birth certificate, the way you are looking at life through that lens of being that person, that individual's, that consciousness, insecurities, weaknesses, and so forth have to be switched. Okay, so you have to be within the consciousness of your spirit, your higher consciousness, your higher self. Because if you still believe that you are your ego, it won't happen. So you're going to have to die. And I don't mean physically, but in here, if you still call yourself the name on your birth certificate, that means that you are still in your ego, and you got to kill that bugger. You got to get it. You've got to delete it. You've got to get it off of this face of this planet, because that, your ego, is your conscious mind program that basically operates through you. So you got to get rid of it, because the crown will not respond to a program or a program entity, which is, of course, your conscious body mind. So you've got to be fully in every day, in every step that you take. Just like me, I don't tell people what my birth name was, because that's not my name. My name is Kulipup, blah, 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 blah. That goes on for ages, because that is me. I don't have an ego. So you've got to kill your ego. Number 2, you have to have a clear connection with your spirit. Because you've dropped your ego. You know who you are, but you also know who your spirit is. And you're not going to be entirely 100% your spirit at this time, but you're going to be in the consciousness of your spirit. So basically, when you are within this, you are at least, what are we looking at? 12% your full consciousness within your ego. I'm sorry, not within your ego, within your higher self. You are only accessing 12% of that. You don't really start to feel or know that you are truly your spirit until you reach 61%. That's when there's a huge perspective change, timeline change, where you are then within yourself. But anyway, so you need a clear connection with your spirit. And the reason for this is because you are going to, for 3, need to say the activation spell. Now, you need your clear connection with your spirit, because your spirit is the one that physically will place your crown on your head. And you have to summon it, you have to know it's there, and you have to know and have the feelings of when it is being placed on your head. Again, in my old video, I used to do that myself. I thought that I had to place the crown on my head, and my spirit was just like, no, that's what I'm supposed to do. That's the thing. And you've got to have that connection so you know you're doing it right. Not only that, but your spirit is the one that is going to give you your activation spell. So you need to be able to be very clear with them And the thing is, this activation spell, it is only for you. It can only be created by you and your spirit. I can't give you the activation spell for your crown of glory. You have to get it. There's no amount of research you can do online or books that you can read that will give you the words that you need to say in order to activate that. You have to be connected with your spirit. The words that your spirit gives you as well, you have to be precise. It is not the kind of spell that you can just be like, oh, well, I want my crown, this is it. It's like, no, 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 you have to be very specific. And once you have that activation spell, once you've gained those words, you have to say them fluently, clearly, and precisely. Otherwise, your crown is not going to work. Because once you place it on your head, you've got 5 seconds to recite what it is that you want to say. And if you've got your activation spell, which mine was actually very long, my husband's activation spell was like this big, and I'm like, what? How come I get a big one and you get a small one? But the spell is a literal link and trigger to your heart and to your mind. So when you say it, I needed a long one just because I'm really complicated in my mind. My husband's, Tenka's activation spell was really short because he's so easygoing and flows with everything. So it didn't take him long to activate the feelings that he needed in order to make his spells. So with me though, I'm like, I've got to read the whole page before I got to do nothing. So I was just being a little like, yeah. But anyway, when you do say your activation spell and you say it clearly, you pronunciate, you articulate yourself, and you say it with confidence, and when you are within yourself, when you know you are your spirit and you know who you are, that's when that sucker is going to activate, and that's when you're going to be able to manipulate all of the energies of the universe as well. So these are the 3 things you need. Again, you need to be out of your ego. You cannot be in your ego while you are doing it, because otherwise you'll make a lot of spells and you'll think they're going through and they haven't gone through. All right, like they just haven't. They won't come to fruition because you didn't do it properly. You need to have a clear connection with your spirit, because they are the ones that are going to give you all the information you need in order to gain your activation spell and actually start using it. So it's really, really cool. Now, a quick hint in terms of things, what to wish for with your activation spell, because a lot of people are going to start going like, I want the lottery. I'm going to wish for the lottery. That's probably one of the main or first things that a lot of people wish for, is finances and so forth. But when you've just gotten your cog, you've also got to appreciate that you now need to generate enough power. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to make a request for all of mankind. Okay? Make a genuine request that you want to see happen for all of mankind. All right? Because what's going to happen is the universe is going to take that and say, oh, well, we need more power for that. So it's then going to start to funnel power into you in order to make your request whole. Now, once those gates of power have been opened, they can't be shut. Or, well, they can kind of dwindle, but it's pretty, you don't want that. You want it to keep going so that your manifestations will come to fruition. So you make a request for mankind, and then you make a smaller request for yourself. And then you make another request for mankind. And you do it again and again. Now, you want to make requests. If you're making a request for mankind, you can't make the same request twice, because the universe is like, well, I've already done this. So you have to think of different requests each time. Trust me, when you do this every single day, for how many times you go like, what the hell can I give mankind now? Right? So you're like, and then, because how many times have I made requests for mankind, and then I get, that request has already been made, and I'm like, shit, let me try again. And you're sitting there thinking, and I was like, babe, what other request can we make? He's like, have you tried this? I'm like, yes, I have. Think of something new. But either way, make a request for mankind. out of the goodness of your heart. It doesn't have to be anything special. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Some of the times what I wish for is I simply wish for, you know, I've wished for mankind to all connect to their spirits. I've wished for mankind to all raise their frequency at a phenomenal rate. And that's happening. I've wished for, back in April, when I was in the lower, I'd only just gotten my crown, and I was fighting the battle of good and evil, so in the ethereal world, taking all of the souls who would like to participate, who have passed over, and the ones that were there anyway, we all went down to the solar plexus plane and led an army and just basically wiped them all out. All of these ethereal kind of bits and so forth. So that's why a lot of people in April, a lot of people at the beginning of April had a really good first start to April. Now, don't get me wrong, right? I eliminated a lot, but because people still had negativity in their hearts, it was just coming out again. Their hearts weren't fixed yet. So, but at least it wasn't too bad, right? But anyway, so make a wish for mankind. That's going to be it. So you're going to increase your power. Okay. 2, you're going to want to ensure you are always in the love and gratitude frequency. The love and gratitude frequency, both of these frequencies will always produce energy and mana or manifestation ability for you to put forth towards your manifestations or using your crown. Just a really good way of, I guess a briefer way of saying it is that gratitude gives you the power. The love frequency puts that power to use in terms of manifestation. So, for example, gratitude frequency is like you going to work. The love frequency is you getting the money. So now that you can put it wherever you want to get what you want. So that's why you need to constantly be within these love and gratitude frequencies. And the only way to constantly stay in those frequencies is to ensure that you are doing your inner work, that you are flushing out all negativity, that you are not getting confused in your mind with your conscious program and subconscious programs trying to cause doubt and worry and so on. All you need to do is go inside yourself and flush and process these emotions and these thoughts. Come to terms with them, accept them, live in truth, and move forward. And that is how you're going to stay within your love and gratitude frequencies. Because when all that negativity and doubt and stuff is gone, all you see is a beautiful world. Absolutely stunning world. And it's hard not to be in love with absolutely everything. But anyway, so those are the kind of wishes you can make. That's how you activate your crown. If you still would like some more videos on the crown and everything like that, just let me know, and I'll see what I can whip up for you. But generally, enjoy the journey right now. If you are in level 5, enjoy what you are learning between level 5 and level 12. Okay, really, really important. Let's not focus on the destination, but let's focus on the journey and enjoying it and learning from it. Okay? All right. Bye-bye, everybody.